And then on to the last bit of transfer news. If we get 20 minutes into this pod, Marco Asensio, he does leave on a free from Real Madrid. I remember the first couple of years that he was at Real Madrid. He was this big fucking up and coming star. Then it was a knee injury, I think, that ruined him. Was it knee or ankle?
Neat.
Knee. The knee injury killed him. I think he would be your starting right wing if he never had that knee injury instead of Rodrigo. And then he'll go to PSG to probably replace Messi on that playmaking role, and they also get Ugarte to rebuild that midfield. I've been saying for forever the PSG midfield is atrocious. The last time they had a solid midfield was when they went to the Champions League final, and then after that, almost all those players left or completely regressed. Vitinha has been awful, even though I think it was his first season in PSG. Maybe he'll be better next season. Danilo Pereira should not be on a football pitch in the top five leagues anymore, and Mbappe needs to be better. I
Yeah.
think he even had a down year. Like outside the World Cup, he had pretty much a down year.
Really bad year, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think he had the highest most big chances missed in the top five leagues this year. So he needs to get back to his own form. Maybe I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know if his boyfriend had a big or his tranny. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to.
Jesus.
Hey, he's been seen at tranny clubs. I don't want to be like that, but like
All right, and
we can
and
cut
we
that
also,
out.
I mean, we have to
Wait,
talk about Verratti because Verratti also had a down year, and Verratti is a player you expect a lot from. And like you said, that PSG midfield wasn't the same. I feel like a lot of times teams were just being able to play past them, and Verratti was a big part of that. Verratti has to be better. I think PSG is gonna have a big bounce next year because, bro, I mean, Messi just left to Inter, so we haven't gotten much out of that yet. I think there's gonna be so much dirt dug up from these last 2 years from that locker room, and I mean, you know how the French press is, dude. Like they're messy, no pun intended. So I feel like we're gonna see a lot of stories. Maybe I don't know how the relationship was between Messi and Mbappe, and sometimes the football pitch doesn't really tell you what's going on behind the scenes. But if I were to guess, if the chemistry on the pitch between Mbappe and Messi was similar to how it was off the pitch, they didn't get along at all. And I mean, the body language showed it. A lot of times, there would be clips where Mbappe will get knocked down and like Messi would just walk by him and help him up, or vice versa, of Messi being on the floor and Mbappe just walking past him. So I feel like there was some animosity there, and I feel like Neymar was left in a bad spot because Neymar's boys with Messi and Neymar's boys with Mbappe. And then Neymar also he had kind of like an off year. Got when he was kind of getting into form, got cut off short with that horrible injury he had to his ankle. So it's tough. I feel like I remember when Messi and Ramos and all these guys first went to PSG 2 years ago. We were all so scared because it's like, oh, they ruined football. They created the Golden State Warriors of football with all this. It was pretty much Kevin Durant going to Golden State. That's how I looked at it, and it ended up just being you getting a fire fucking steak from Publix, the best steak you can get. The shit costs $25. You put it on the grill, and then you get the salt, you get the pepper, you get all your seasonings, and instead of just seasoning it, you literally just opened up the bottle's hole and just tossed everything onto the steak, and then you close the grill and you left it there for a day until the shit was so it burnt down the grill, it burnt down your house, it burnt down the entire neighborhood because the whole French league is in flames. It was crazy. So I feel like PSG now, they're like, all right, the money isn't a problem because these fucking Arab clubs just shit money, and they're just gonna rebuild it and try to make Mbappe the centerpiece again.
So another thing is they don't have a manager. They sacked Galtier. I don't think he was ever a good manager. I don't even know where he managed before PSG. But I think it was at Nice or Marseille. I don't remember. But they had to go find a new manager. Zidane completely said, "Who this? Oh, PSG," and fucking hung up. He didn't
Two
want
years in a row
anything.
now.
He didn't want
No,
anything to do with. I don't think has he ever managed a French club even. I don't think he wants to do anything with
no. I
France.
mean, but because the thing with Zidane, I think, and the way I see it is like he wants to coach in Madrid, but Madrid is just like his option B. His priority is he wants to be the coach of France. And with Deschamps did a great job with France. But how great would France have been if Deschamps and Benzema got along? Because
Man, I want to say one thing. Yo, Deschamps 1-2 in finals, dude.
oh yeah, because he lost to Ronaldo in 16.
The goats. Fuck the French, bro. That's
Yeah,
one
dude.
thing. That's one thing us stands to get
Yeah, we can come
behind.
together for
Fuck
that.
France.
Fuck France. And I'll say this. They Messi and Ronaldo saved football because, dude, French people are already insufferable as is. You
Enough.
thought people over in New York were assholes? Go step foot in Paris and try asking for directions, dude. These
Yo,
people are fucking dickheads.
Messi really went to France to PSG, got himself trained up for the World Cup, sabotaged the team, won the World Cup against France, and then went to Miami. Oh my, yo, and it's perfect because Copa America in 2024 is coming.